Fun things you guys can think of?
God, muting. God.
Right. No problem.
If he sent it, he asked me.
Our answers and
What are the worst two ingredients?
I have a drink too.
Got Emily on here. Have you seen Emily?
Okay.
It's Caroline.
Hello.
She's not on.
Thanks. I'm good.
Yeah, she's going against us.
Like I was just playing the other day, but it's like when I play, especially with this one group of friends,
Your headphones.
it always ends up being
It looks different. Does it usually look like this with the stars? What?
What do you want it to be?
What?
All right.
You feel it. Oh, that's how you spell Galley. How do you spell it?
Yeah, no, I did that. Maybe technically right now to do the
G-E-L.
Yeah, no, we can do it down the line. I'll wait till it starts.
Yeah.
I'm waiting.
Yeah, that's it.
The guy.
You want-
Yeah, the tripod is where it's right.
Really got to figure out a better system. These cables are charging my phone.
Where's the link to the answer sheet? I've never actually put an answer. Oh, sorry.
All right.
Thank you.
Appears to be working.
You guys always get caught with
Am I upside down or am I the right way up here?
You're the right way up now.
Okay.
Good now.
Steve, you guys do a renovation there? It's sick.
We're just in that. There was some orzo with some specs on it, and then like it's really good. I raised it in
Out of 10?
My kids can probably get it. I'm just ready to go.
And what is the
Guess. I'll tell you. Guess. They listed it for 1.3.
what?
They listed it for 1.3.
1.3?
1.5.
No, other way. 12.75.
Oh shit, yo, Rafi actually football.
Yeah, man. He still can. I would definitely contribute to having a tunnel between my house and that house and Valley next door.
I don't know, he's on the Zoom.
Like $1,000. Oh, yeah. I don't think they even looked at the backyard.
Mic on?
I've seen nobody go into that back. Yeah, I can tell because it records when they walk along the west side, so I can tell when I enter back in. That house is a mess, though. Disaster. Yeah, there's an old lady who lived by herself. And wow, that's true. That's true. I use the word need. Sorry.
Guys, just worse or takers tonight, so be loud, be clear, or you'll just get missed. You guys can wrap it up. I know. Next, look, and the picture is falling
Good people of the internet, welcome once again to Loons Online Trivia. Woo! Oh yeah. Oh wow. And my background is is just my place. I thought that would be Loons. Hey guys, having some technical difficulties here tonight. There's always some fun challenges. My name is Steve Hobbs. Welcome once again to Loons Trivia Online Edition. I think this is like our 5th one or something like that. Let me see if I can't fix our background issue on the sly. You know what? I might actually have to work on this. Hold on just a second. Also, you guys are unmuted. How are you guys doing at home, Looners?
Woo, doing good.
Woo!
You know what? I think I'm having an audio issue in general because I can't hear you at all. But it seems like you guys can hear me. Can you guys hear me? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Okay, I guess you can hear me. I don't know why I can't hear you. Just having a technical difficulty kind of day. That's kind of the fun of when you're doing trivia from home. That includes broadcasting as well as receiving. Anyway, guys, my name is Steve Hobbs once again. As you can see, I am actually in a home. I'm not at the bar. If this system was working exactly as it normally does, you would see behind me a lavish pub in the same style as our lovable home outside of our home called Loons, which is in Roncesvalles, 416 Roncesvalles, not unlike the area code. But yeah, instead you're just looking at a domicile at a regular basement apartment. So I apologize for that. For those of you that like the pageantry of of pretending to be at a bar. I'm going to work on that. In the meantime, though, I got to get this thing started. So again, if you've got a question or concern, by the way, feel free to just message in the Zoom chat. Or if you're on YouTube, you're not going to be able to do that, obviously. Enjoy the show. Feel free to play along. If you're not sure exactly what's happening or how to play along, just to remind you, on the Loons Facebook page, we do a post around noon-ish every Monday, just like this broadcast goes 8 to 10-ish, 8-ish to 10-ish. But anyway, if you want to play Loons pub trivia, just check on the Loons Facebook page, and you'll have all the documents that'll help you be best able to succeed at Loons pub trivia, including like the link for the Zoom, which obviously you found if you're here. If you're on YouTube, in theory, you've used that. There's also the materials like the sheet that you use to fill in the answers that's easiest for you. And also, there's also the end of trivia document that you submit everything. We're going to go over the rules with that, though, in just a second. I'm just making sure that everyone's been admitted so far. So far, so good. Let's take a look back at the trivia screen, shall we? Sharing that screen once again. Not sure why I'm having so many technical difficulties tonight. My computer doesn't like me today. But as long as you guys can hear each other, I guess that's more important. Cool. Let's move on and take a look at the rules. The rules teams, quote unquote, are whomever that you live with or whomever you contact from your home as you play. Obviously, if this was not COVID quarantine times, that wouldn't be the case. But this is Loons online trivia, not the normal in-house trivia that we do when the times are different, when it's not a pandemic. Do not invite friends over to play with you. Don't do that, or you'll be disqualified. If I even suspect that, we'll probably have a stern Quizmaster talking to. Also note that I'm drinking a Bose beer. This is a Bose beer sponsored trivia event. Thank you so much. Where's the... There it is. This is a lug tread. Normally, there'd be some issues with the background, but I guess you can see it nice and clear there. Oh, look at that Bose. Bose, the official beer of Loons Pub Trivia. We'll take a little sip. Story checks out. Great beer. No online resource help, internet, phone apps, etc. of any kind, including during the breaks. You're at home, so you're making your own answers partly in good faith. Making them, but also marking them, right? I don't mark all of them. I check them at the end as best I can within reason. But more importantly, you're going to be marking them along, and you submit them. I'll go into that in a second. The game is 6 rounds of 10 questions. Each round is worth 10 points and no half points unless otherwise noted. Teams may play along at home in a doc file on their computers. It's recommended you download that player answer sheet template found in the Google Drive link on Loons Facebook page. Already talked about that a little bit. After 3 rounds, and again at the end of trivia, teams competing must email submit their answers and updated score when possible, because for the first 3 rounds, you won't have an updated score yet. Within 5 minutes, I say that a lot, just 5 minutes. That's like the general amount of time we've been accepting. The window to get those answers in, hopefully not a window for you to cheat last minute, because that's not going to be great. And you send that to stevehobbs.entertainment@gmail.com. That's my official business email. for anything like hosting or MC related. So send it to that email so that I can see what you've sent in, and that also acts as a kind of check and balance to make sure nobody's cheating, obviously, after which answers will be revealed. So you have to send that, then I give you the answers, and we take a break in the middle, then we repeat the whole thing again, 3 rounds, and we do it again at the end. Only teams that have done this both times, right before the break and right at the end, will be eligible to win a prize. That prize, if you're wondering, for the first place team out of all our teams, will be a delivery of Bose brand beer, courtesy of our staff, possibly our owner himself, if you're lucky enough, or possibly just delivered in general. We'll see how that works. Could be a Bose rep. You never know. The system's still evolving. There's a 15-minute break in the middle for Zoom players to socialize. Mic's on. After 6 rounds, a final trivia round occurs where each team may obtain extra points on a single question, followed by a tiebreaker question just in case, closest higher or lower. Quizmaster's discretion. Skipping to the next screen here. After having already emailed answers twice and discovering your, oh no, that's fine. Sorry, after having already emailed answers twice and discovered your final score, click on the Google Forms doc in the same Google Drive folder link from earlier and submit your final score, team name, and email within 5 minutes. That's all this is. It sounds like a lot, but it's not. It's like the other file in the Google Drive folder, single file. You don't download the second one. You can fill that one in live, because on my end, it all shows up tallied nice and neatly live. And that's how at the very end, I can see what everyone's final scores are. And then I just check the score of the first place team. And if I see, oh, there's like no obvious cheating here, and also that they marked themselves correctly, they were able to add their score correctly, there's no confusion, then check. I announce the winners. I announce all the winners at the end by team name. I also announce the 3 top scores in general, and the first place team at the top of the podium gets that Bose beer delivered in the next week or 2. And finally, the Quizmaster's final say on all rule interpretations and disputes. I'm your Quizmaster. I'm your friend. I'm also clearly just a guy that's trying to make it all work out. But in addition to being this mass illusionist, I'm also the referee. So I'm the one that's trying to make sure you do well, but make sure that it stays fair for everyone. So yeah, play by the rules. Don't be a weirdo. Nobody, unless it's like a good, fun weirdo that rule abides. Be that kind of weirdo. Cool beans. Let me check in with the group again. Make sure I didn't leave anyone behind here. Checking in the chat. I got a come on, Steve already. Understandable. And a thumbs up. Oh, thanks, KP. Let me just make sure I didn't leave anyone behind in the. Yeah, we got 2 people waiting to jump in. Boom, you've been admitted. That's Danielle and Ben something, I think, as well. Boom, you're both joined. Hopefully right now you're just hearing my voice over the screen in the background. But let's take one last little looky-loo. Cool. If there's any questions, now you should see my face and what would normally be a Loons background, but isn't right this moment. Oh, you know what? I can sub that in there. Hold on one second. I'm gone for a second. Where'd he go? Fixing that. And
It's not muted. It's still are.
Take a look. My screen should be back. Hey, who's in Loons? I was able to fix that on the fly. I could have sworn I did it the first time, but maybe there was a glitch. I still can't hear anyone, but again, I got the thumbs up that other people can hear me. You guys are unmuted right now.
No, I've got
any questions. Oh, what's the point? I can't hear you. You know what? I'm going to mute you again. If you want to say hi to each other, now would be a great time to say cheers. Cheers, Loons Trivia fans.
Cheers.
And that cheers also extends to all the people that are essential workers out there, and anyone that's like really just making it work and doing kindness and good things to good people during this very strange time. Cheers to you guys. All right. I'm going to assume, based on the few faces I can see, I'm muting you again. You're muted. Boom. Just like that. Oh, hold on.
Is Ben on here?
Now we're muting you for real. Boom. Actually muted there. Although waves and shout outs to the regulars, as well as new people in general, but I see plenty of regulars there. Good to see you again, Delia. Hope you brought the ukulele. Hello, Elisa. Hey, guys. Danielle, welcome back. Lots of people. Hi, Ashley. Couple new faces there. Good to see you. Oliver's there in spirit. His profile photo is sitting there. Good to know that my boss is watching. All right. Cool. Sharing the screen again. Let's get to it, guys. Time to get to trivia. We've wasted enough time here. Switching back. I think there might be like an audio driver issue happening for me tonight. So I won't be able to hear all the fantastic things you say, but as long as I remember to mute you when it's time to mute you, I think that's cool. All right. Here we go, our categories for tonight before we get started. Number 1, general knowledge. 2 is musical food. Everyone likes food, everyone likes music. Slam them together. That's how you make a sandwich. Number 3, websites. We all use them. You're kind of dependent on it right now, literally to be playing trivia. Number 4, that's after the break, the audio round. First lyric of song, same as title. Name the song and the artist, half a point for each. I'm sincerely hoping there aren't any technical issues with that because I am having a weird audio glitch right now. I will work on that when the time comes. Number 5, word origins. And number 6, famous film stunts. That's right. People are doing dangerous stuff, even without pandemics in their lives. What famous stunts are we talking about? Which films were they in? We'll be exploring that as the last 10-question round. And then the final trivia round and the tiebreaker will both be fun surprises when we get there. I'm ready for trivia. I'm not going to unmute you, but I'll say to you as if you could say it back to me. Are you ready for trivia? I'm going to assume you said yes. Okay, cool. Let's get to it, guys. Here we go. Round 1, general knowledge. Who's into it? I love it. Hopefully you are doing well with it. Note that I'm wearing a Bose hat too. Big fan of the Bose merchandise. Here we go. General knowledge, category 1, category. Question the first. What chain of convenience stores is known for drinks called the Slurpee and the Big Gulp? I repeat, question 1. What chain of convenience stores is known for drinks called the Slurpee as well as the Big Gulp? Name that chain of convenience stores. Going to be checking that chat a lot tonight to make sure until I get things tweaked audio-wise. So feel free to, anything you would normally shout out when unmuted, anything that's pertinent to trivia, anything you really need, yeah, feel free to reach out via the chat, the Zoom chat. And again, if it's YouTube, I guess you could always email me at stevehobbs.entertainment@gmail.com. Keep in mind, I probably won't see it until the break, but if it was urgent or was a big concern, of course, I'll take a look. Final guesses for that one. Moving on, question number 2. What car company has a logo that features 4 overlapping rings? I repeat, question 2. What car company has a logo that features 4 overlapping rings? Name that car company. Who knows it? Who loves their cars? You been out on the roads at all? It's a little bit quiet out there. Although I'm seeing more and more people hanging out like car next to car next to car, and it acts as kind of like a weird buffer for your viral, or non-viral, or just human, breath, juices, moisture. What was it that Trudeau said a week and a half ago? Moistly, something like that. Yeah, cars, I guess, help with that. It's kind of like the closest thing you've got to a bubble. Final guesses. Moving on, question 3. Charlie Sheen joined the cast of Spin City for its final 2 seasons following the departure of what actor due to medical reasons? I repeat, question 3. Charlie Sheen joined the cast of Spin City for its final 2 seasons following the departure of what actor due to medical reasons? Name that actor. Spin City, great show, great name, great accurate metaphor to every political moment in American politics. It's a thing. Final guesses for this one. Moving on, question 4. What Chicago Cubs slugger, who was McGwire's biggest home run rival in 1998, tested positive for PEDs in 2003? I repeat, number 4. What Chicago Cubs slugger, who was McGwire's biggest home run rival in 1998, tested positive for PEDs in 2003? Not great. A little bit of a taint on the record there. You down with PEDs? Yeah, you know me. I'm not down with PEDs. There's no PEDs involved in the Loons trivia process. Let's put that on the record. Take your best guess at this one. Full name, of course. Also, keep in mind the unwritten rules for trivia answers in general. Always go for full names. Specificity is your friend. I will tell you usually when there's an exception to a full name. Classically, that's pop stars, ancient philosophers, royal family members, things like that. Final guesses for this one. Oh, and don't worry about spelling too. If you're off by a letter or two, no big deal. As long as it phonetically sounds right, then you're good to go in my books. Don't have to be an English major. Moving on, question 5. Until it was surpassed by the Eiffel Tower in 1889, what North American structure had been the world's tallest man-made structure? I repeat, number 5, until it was surpassed by the Eiffel Tower in 1889, what North American structure had been the world's tallest man-made structure? Name that man-made structure. 1889, big year for tall stuff. If that's something you like to Google, don't Google it. Don't, because now's not the time. But yeah, in your free time, Google all you want. Have a great time. In your non-trivia free time. Final guesses for this one. Moving on, question 6. What sweetly addictive puzzle game was briefly turned into a game show hosted by Mario Lopez? I repeat, number 6. What sweetly addictive puzzle game was briefly turned into a game show hosted by Mario Lopez? Name that sweetly addictive puzzle game. Emphasis on sweetly, I feel. Do you have sweets at home right now? Are you having a little sweet binge? Be a good Family Feud thing. Category questions. What are we binging the most right now? Is it TV? Is it candy? Little bows here and there. Final guesses for that one. Moving on, question 7. What avian name is often given to the feat of throwing 3 strikes in a row in bowling? I repeat, number 7. What avian name is often given to the feat of throwing 3 strikes in a row in bowling? Name that avian name. The Aviator is a film. There's a name in that one. That name is Howard Hughes. Man did a lot of cool things with planes, with moose, both spruce and otherwise. And he didn't like clothes towards the end. That's spoiler alert. He'll naked Leonardo DiCaprio as the movie goes on. Final guesses for this one. Name the avian name for that bowling move. Moving on, question 8. Based on a Stephen King novel, what 1976 shocker shows what happens when a telekinetic teen is pushed too far at her high school prom? I repeat, number 8. Based on a Stephen King novel, what 1976 shocker shows what happens when a telekinetic teen is pushed too far at her high school prom? It's a stressful time in general at prom, but yeah, you don't want to get pushed too far. I would like to see this movie remade, but set in current times. You guys, did you see all the SGN news, the John Krasinski coverage of people's proms that they had to do at home? Just picture this person, picture this film set in that setting. What would that look like? Could you be pushed too far? Just be a domestic issue, really. What does a bad prom at your house look like? Tough call. Maybe I just answered my own question. Final guesses for this one. Moving on, number 9. Who's the only actor or actress ever nominated for an Academy Award for his or her performance in a Star Wars film? I repeat, number 9. Who's the only actor or actress ever nominated for an Academy Award for his/her performance in a Star Wars film? Name that actor. Misa like to thank the Academy? No, I can't do it. It's not Jar Jar. Jar Jar didn't win. I'll work on it. I'll work on my Jar Jar. Who's got it? Final guesses. Name this actor or actress. Star Wars performed well, not Jar Jar Binks. And finally, number 10, last one of the round. What's the name of the poetry collection that Walt Whitman self-published in 1855 and continued revising until his death? I repeat, number 10, what's the name of the poetry collection that Walt Whitman self-published in 1855 and continued revising until his death? And in case you are like, oh, I almost had those other ones, here's your final little brief 5-second review of each question. This is like as nice as I can possibly make it. Number 1 in round 1, once again, name that chain of convenience stores with a big gulp. Yum, yum. Number 2, name that car company, 4 overlapping rings in the logo. Number 3, Charlie Sheen joined Spin City because which actor left for medical reasons? Number 4, Chicago Cubs slugger opposite McGuire tested positive for PEDs. Name that one. Number 5, full name for that one too. Until surpassed by the Eiffel Tower, 1889. Name the North American structure that was world's tallest man-made. Number 6, sweetly addictive puzzle game. Mario Lopez also hosted one named by the same name. Number 7, avian name for that bowling move. Number 8, Stephen King novel, 1976 shocker. We're looking for what the movie specifically. That's what we mean when they say shocker. Number 9. Who's the only actor actress winning an Academy Award? Pardon me, nominated for an Academy Award for Star Wars movie. And number 10, what's the name of that poetry collection that Walt Whitman self-published? And with that, we are at the end of the round, guys. Boom, you're unmuted for a second. I can't hear you, but you can.
Yay.
Well done.
We don't have 10 either.
Oh man, imagine I could hear how fantastically that you're all doing. While you're talking amongst yourselves for a second, just gonna see if I can't.
There, I'm muting myself.
There you go.
Yeah?
I can hear you.
Oh, B, don't say anything. Wait,
Let me-
Quizmaster, what was number 10 question? What was...
Unfortunately, oh, well, it's on the screen behind me. Tell you what, you're going to get one last look at it in just a second here. Oh, and I can hear all of you, by the way. That actually is magic. I'm muting you again for a second, but for you, whoever just asked about question 10, it's going to be still on the screen when I go back to it. So muting it one more time. Great job, everybody. You are muted again. And now take a look at the screen. Once again, we should be on question 10 once again. There you go. Hopefully that answers your question there. Number 10, I'll give you 5 final seconds there. And cool beans, moving on. Round 2, musical food. If I believe the mic's on and you've got something crunchy, we will all experience that phenomenon. I'm more of a Bose man than a chewer when I'm doing the MC stuff, but nevertheless, check it out. Here we go. 10 more questions. Good luck to you. Category 2 on your sheet if you downloaded the template, as I highly recommend you do. Question 1. Oh, sorry. This explains the round. Every answer has some kind of food item, or drink in it for this round. So all of the answers should have some kind of food item, or drink built into it. If yours doesn't, you've missed something. That's the only tip we got for you. Here we go. Good luck to you. Round 2, question number 1. Led by late singer Dolores O'Riordan, I should know how to pronounce that. I know this band. What Irish rock band had a top 10 hit in the U.S. in 1993 with Linger? I repeat question 1. Led by late singer Dolores O'Riordan, or probably O'Riordan. What Irish rock band had a top 10 hit in the U.S. in 1993 with Linger? Kind of embarrassed that I forgot how to pronounce this person's last name. I love the band, but clearly not enough to know that spelling pronunciation-wise. Take your shot. Name that Irish rock band. Musical food is the category. Only took me a whole round to work out all those technical issues. Part of the fun. Final guesses for that one. Moving on, question 2. Best remembered for its iconic music video starring B-Girl, B-E-E Girl. The song No Rain was a top 20 hit in 1993 for what alternative rock band? I repeat, number 2, best remembered for its iconic music video starring B-Girl, quote unquote. The song No Rain was a top 20 hit in 1993 for what alternative rock band? Name that rock band. Whew. Starting to feel the heat. I thought it was stress, but I think that's just the temperature rising outside, which is nice to see. A little springtime. Springtime for the Quizmaster. Final guesses for this one. Moving on, question 3. Rock singer born Marvin Lee Aday, A-D-A-Y, who had huge success with his album Bat Outta Hell, is better known by what food-centric stage name? I think I kind of phrased that weirdly. Let's try it again. To repeat, number 3, rock singer born Marvin Lee Aday, who had huge success with his album Bat Outta Hell, is better known by what food-centric stage name? Name that stage name. And I'm just going to check the chat. Ironically, the one day where I had audio issues starting up, the chat's pretty quiet. I suppose that's a good thing. Anyone waiting to get in? No, we're all here. Sounds good to me. Final guesses for this one. Oh, there we go. Moving on, question 4. What singer-songwriter who had a hit with her 1997 song Criminal released the acclaimed album Fetch the Bolt Cutters in April 2020? I repeat, question 4. What singer-songwriter who had a hit with her 1997 song Criminal released the acclaimed album Fetch the Bolt Cutters in April 2020? Name that singer-songwriter. Musical food. Hopefully you haven't had to fetch the bolt cutters yourself to deal with any kind of weird COVID-oriented property situation. I know myself, I helped a business shut their doors, an arts theater space, which was kind of sad to board that up, but they'll be back. And once again, always feel free. In fact, I've done shows there. Love that place. The Assembly Theater. Feel free to check out their various online presence, their website, their Facebook page. Assembly Theater. They have a whole GoFundMe there. If you're able to support things like that, or if your times are tight, don't worry about it. But yeah, if you want to support the arts, Assembly is a great way to do that. Final guesses with this question. Moving on, question 5. What hip-hop girl group performed its iconic single Push It at Nelson Mandela's 70th birthday concert in 1988? I repeat, number 5. What hip-hop girl group performed its iconic single Push It at Nelson Mandela's 70th birthday concert in 1988? I mean, birthday parties with like actual hip-hop groups playing are pretty fun in general. But you just know that like Nelson Mandela's birthday party, that's got to be a banger. That's got to be a good one. Yeah, wish I was there. I've got weird Nelson Mandela birthday party FOMO right now. Name that musical food group, that hip hop girl musical food group. Final guesses for this one. Moving on, number 6. What alternative rock band scored hits in the 90s with such songs as The Distance and Never There? Name that band. To repeat, number 6. What alternative rock band scored hits in the 90s with such songs as The Distance and Never There? Name that rock band. Both song titles apropos for a quarantine. The social distance, the never physically there. Don't just stay at home. Final guesses for this one. Moving on, question 7. In 1990, glam metal band Warrant had a top 10 hit in the US with what song? I repeat, number 7. In 1990, glam metal band Warrant had a top 10 hit in the US with what song? Name that glam metal band. It's a fun phrase to say and think about in general. Glam metal band. It's good. It's a nice mix. What's that song? Are you a fan of Warrant? That's what they're called. Final guesses for this one. Moving on, number 8 on the classic Beatles album Abbey Road. What song directly precedes Polythene Pam? I repeat, number 8 on the classic Beatles album Abbey Road. What song directly precedes Polythene Pam? Name that song that's following that particular Pam. Pam, popular name. Love interest for Jim on The Office. Seinfeld got excited by her, as did Kramer. They had a little rivalry. Pam, it's a cooking spray. All the above. It's a little Pam trivia for you. Polythene, not a love interest. It's different. Final guesses for this one. Name that song. Beatles. Moving on, number 9. What classic Don McLean song has the lyrics, quote, drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry, end quote. I repeat, number 9. What classic Don McLean song has the lyrics, drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry, quote, unquote. Name that Don McLean song. Shout outs to my grade 7 teacher in homeroom, Mr. Levy. You don't really have anything to do with this broadcast, but you made an impression on a 13-year-old me. So it's one of the weirder shout outs to give, but I don't have a lot to say about Don McLean. Final guesses for this one. And finally, number 10, last one of the round. What English girl group had international hits in the 1980s with the songs Cruel Summer and their cover of Shocking Blues' 1969 hit, Venus? Name that English girl group. I repeat, number 10, name the English girl group that had international hits in the 80s with the songs Cruel Summer and their cover of Shocking Blues' 1969 hit, Venus. Name that girl group. And once again, as this is the last question of this round, let's take a looky-loo at all the questions. Just a quick skim of what you might have missed if you stepped away from the computer for a second, took a quick pee break. Round 2 is as follows. Number 1, name that Irish rock band. Keep in mind the category, musical food. Number 2, name that alternative rock band. Again, musical food, but they have the song No Rain in 1993. Number 3, we're looking for the rock singer that did Bat Out of Hell. Number 4, singer-songwriter that had 1997's Criminal and 2020's Fetch the Bolt Cutters, musical food. Number 5, hip-hop girl group that made Nelson Mandela's Party pretty great in 1988. Name that hip-hop girl group. Push It was something they did. Number 6, alternative rock band, The Distance, Never There, the 90s. Name that band. Number 7, 1990 glam metal band. What was the song that Warrant had that was the top 10 back then? Number 8, what song was directly after Polythene Pam on Abbey Road for the Beatles? Number 9, name that classic Don McLean song, Drove My Chevy to the Levee, etc. And number 10, name the English girl group with international hits in the 80s. We already talked about those. Name that English girl group. Musical food, musical trivia, which is actually coming in round 4. Musical people, because this round is over. And once again, you guys are unmuted. Well done.
Yay!
Well done.
We've all muted ourselves, I think.
That's fine. Some people are unmuted. I can hear somebody. So somebody has boldly chosen to leave me the god powers of unmuting you. Well done. See some head bobbing, see some waving. Feel free to wave to the YouTube people players because they you can't see them, but they can see you 30 seconds later than everyone else. So yeah. All right. Well, I'll meet you again and we'll get our final 10 questions out. Great job, guys. Here's our final 10. Boom, you're muted. Sharing the screen one more time. And bam, that's what Emerald says. Final 10 questions, websites. It's funny, I just put up my own website recently, which I should have done ages ago, but just a professional one because I'm an actor entertainer that's having a fun time with all that. Ask me about my shows sometime. But stevehobbs.com is taken by this blues musician in the US, so I had to settle for steve-hobbs.com, like Steve subtract the Hobbs.com. Very frustrating, but that's the way that happens. You know, I'm not willing to pay somebody. I'm not going to pay some blues musician I don't know in the US. And you know what? His website isn't even that good. I took a long look at it. Anyway, here we go. 10. I'm sorry, I was just venting for a second there. Got all these pent up Corona feelings. Here we go. Final 10 questions, guys. Websites. Good luck to you. Question number 1, round 3. What online open collaboration encyclopedia was launched on January 15th, 2001 by Jimmy Wales and Larry Sanger? Or Sanger? I think it's Sanger. To repeat, number 1, what online open collaboration encyclopedia was launched on January 15th, 2001 by Jimmy Wales and Larry Sanger, Sanger. Name that open collaboration online encyclopedia. Keep in mind with these websites, we're just looking for their most common names. You don't have to get into your .coms and your wwws. Sorry, wwws, 3 Ws. But yeah, nobody even really use the W's anymore. I just go straight to the main domain name. I skip the W's. I feel like that's implied at this point. Anyway, try your hand at that one. Final guesses. Name that online encyclopedia. Moving on, question 2. Watchers on the Wall, quote unquote, and quote, a wiki of Ice and Fire are online communities for fans of what TV series? I repeat, question 2, Watchers on the Wall and a wiki of Ice and Fire are online communities for fans of what TV series? Name that show. Watchers on the Wall. It's kind of a song. Is it? Yeah, it's probably not a song. Take your shot at for that show, guys. Who's got it? Who's into it? Who watched it? Final guesses. Moving on, question 3. What fact-checking site founded by David and Barbara Mickelson was originally known as the Urban Legends Reference Pages? I repeat, question 3. What fact-checking site founded by David and Barbara Mickelson was originally known as the Urban Legends Reference Pages? Name that site. What's it most commonly called? I know there's a few fact checkers out there. If you're a diehard trivia player and ever see a concern, perhaps a question that doesn't quite make sense to you, where you're like, I know better about this one thing, feel free at the break, at like an appropriate time, like at the break, to ask me. You know, you can, rather than email me, it's usually easier to just, you can mention in the chat, or you can even private message me in the chat. If you know your Zoom, you can do that kind of thing. But yeah, you know, sometimes we get it wrong too. You know, nobody's perfect, including the trivia company that we work with and me, just a guy pushing buttons, man. Just Donkey Kong over here, smashing screens, wearing a red tie on the inside. Final guesses. Moving on, question 4. In 2015, the smartwatch company Pebble Time raised a record $20 million on what crowdfunding website? I repeat, number 4, in 2015, the smartwatch company Pebble Time raised a record $20 million on what crowdfunding website? Name that crowdfunding website. There's a few of them. Do you own some Pebble Time? Sounds like a rock-oriented kids show. Like a really low budget kids show where it's all rock themed. Could be a thing, right? For like prehistoric children. I don't know. Final guesses for this one. Some kind of Flintstones bit, maybe. Moving on, question 5. The auction web was the original name for what well-known e-commerce website? I repeat, number 5, the auction web was the original name for what well-known e-commerce website? Name that e-commerce website. Let's check in the chat, seeing if anyone got left behind, any fires. Pobody's nerfed. Yep. Indeed. Indeed, I am not. I'm definitely, we've all been Pobody, but you know, not all of us are nerfed. Final guesses for this e-commerce website. This well-known e-commerce website. Moving, oh, beep, bop, boop. There we go. Moving on, number 6. In 1998, a conservative news website run by what political commentator became the first news source to break the Bill Clinton Monica Lewinsky scandal to the public? Name that website. Oh, pardon me. Name that political commentator. I apologize. To repeat, number 6, in 1998, a conservative news website run by what political commentator, what person, became the first news source to break the Bill Clinton Monica Lewinsky scandal to the public? Name that individual. You know, we all know some of the leaks involved that made that story happen. Have you guys watched the Netflix documentary yet? I can't remember if it specifically covered this or not, about Hillary, but yeah, the Hillary Netflix doc was pretty fun. If you like your Hillary, I highly recommend. In any case, name that political commentator for that conservative website breaking that news back in 98. Final guesses. Moving on, number 7, the online community website YTMND, or You're the Man Now, Dog, and quote unquote, was named for a line spoken by what actor in the film Finding Forrester? Name that actor. To repeat, number 7, the online community website YTMND, or You're the Man Now, Dog, was named for a line spoken by what actor in the film Finding Forrester? Name that actor. Do you remember that one? Finding Forrester? I think that was the first one that I'd heard that particular ukulele song played in the ending credits. Speaking of ukuleles, you might see we got a ukulele player in our regular trivia pool. We might see some of that during the break. Not to put pressure on you, if you're the person I'm talking to. Oh, wink, wink, ukulele. Nevertheless, name this actor who said that line. Final guesses. Moving on, question 8. What search engine was launched by Microsoft on June 3rd, 2009? I repeat, number 8. What search engine was launched by Microsoft on June 3rd, 2009? Some ukulele rumors going up in the chat. Apparently there almost definitely will be a strong chance of ukulele during the break today. I'm half saying this for the YouTube people who don't see the Zoom chat. Nevertheless, name that search engine. Final guesses. Move it. Oh, there we go. Moving on, number 9, the penultimate question of the front half. What classified advertisements website founded by Craig Newmark was launched in 1996? I repeat, number 9, what classified advertisements website founded by Craig Newmark was launched in 1996? Name that website. Been having some challenges trying to buy some online stuff as we speak, actually. certain things harder to find than others, even on Amazon. Although you can still buy Loons gift cards if you're looking for something as a nice little gift to someone. Oh, and just to remind you, because I forgot to re-mention this about pricing, if you live over, I believe it's 10 kilometers away from the bar, from Loons, and you happen to get first place, good for you, but you won't be getting beer, you'll be getting a gift card on behalf of Loons. So just to remind you / warn you, if you're a beer fan that wants it now, but lives too far away. That's how that works. Final guesses for this one. And finally, number 10, last one of the half. The search engine website Ask.com was originally known by what name? I repeat, number 10, the search engine website Ask.com was originally known by what name? Name that search engine. What did and do they call that? What do they call that? And if you were like, ooh, almost, here's your very, very fast skim through. If you needed it, it was the tip of your tongue. Once again, number 1 was Online Open Collab Encyclopedia. Name that website, commonly called. Number 2, Watchers on the Wall, Wiki of Ice and Fire, Communities for What TV Series. Number 3, fact-checking site, David and Barbara Mickelson. What do we call that one? Number 4, smartwatch company Pebble Time. Was helped by what crowdfunding website? 5, named as well-known e-commerce website. Number 6, who was the political commentator that helped break the Clinton-Lewinsky thing first in terms of the scandal? Number 7, we're looking for the actor that said that You're the Man Now dog line in Finding Forrester. Number 8, search engine for Microsoft in 2009. Number 9, Craig Newmark founded what classified ad website, pardon me. And number 10, Ask.com was originally known by what name? And that's it. That's the first half of trivia, guys. I'm just gonna stop sharing for a second because you're there, you did it. I'm gonna unmute you. Boom, great job, everybody.
Woo!
I don't think it's happening now yet, though.
Yeah.
So you have to accept the question.
Oh god, I need to
Love it.
Extra points.
Muting you again for a second. Those of you that know the drill, this will be pretty commonplace for you. But those of you that don't know the drill, did I mute you just now? Yeah, I think I did. Muting you. Love it. Cool. Those of you that don't know what's going on, here's the deal. I'm going to go back to the screen for a second here. This step is very important. This is how we get some answers heading your way. You officially have 5 minutes to email your answers. So whether that's copy paste or it's that template that you downloaded earlier, email it to stevehobbs.entertainment@gmail.com. After which, and I'll be telling you as the broadcast goes, I'll be like, oh, only 1 minute left or 30 seconds left. Once I've started the answers, though, anything that comes in time-wise after that, I won't be counting. Obviously, that'll disqualify you for winning any prizing. But then again, maybe you're not about the prizing. Maybe you're just playing for fun. Anyway, you've got 5 minutes. It's 9 o'clock now. By 9:05, I will be reading the answers. You got 5 minutes or 4.5 if you're on YouTube to send to stevehobbs.entertainment@gmail.com. The template's preferred with the first 3 rounds filled out, but whatever way you want to email it to me, as long as you email it, that's cool. Great job, guys. I'll give you those answers in 5 minutes. I'm going to leave this screen up, but I'm going to leave you unmuted during that time. Here we go. You're unmuted. Cool. Good luck to you. Clock is ticking.
So
She should see if she can find somebody to sublet her room with you guys.
No. No. At gmail.com.
Yeah.
Only 1 minute left, guys. 1 minute to send in those answers from the first half to make yourself eligible for prizing at the end. Make sure you get those in ASAP. You got 1 minute. Go. $20 seconds left, guys. Get those emails in. And 3, 2, 1. Boom. Time for those emails to come in is up. I'm going to put my face back up there for a second there. Time's up, guys. So you got answers coming at you right now. I'm just double checking to see how many teams managed to get in there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We got about 15 teams playing tonight. Not too shabby. It's actually kind of on par with what our average trivia nights tended to be in general before we were online. A little bit lower than our last week or two, but yeah, that's how it's shaking out. Cool. All right, you guys are muted. Showing you the answers right now, guys. They're just going to be shotgun blasted on the screen, not one at a time, so it'll be nice and quick there. Here we go. Take a looky-loo. Here are your answers, starting with round 1. 7-Eleven's the first question. 2 is Audi is in the car. 3, Michael J. Fox. 4, Sammy Sosa. 5, Washington Monument. 6, Candy Crush. 7, Turkey. 8, as in bowling turkey. 8, Carrie, as in bad prom Carrie. 9, Alec Guinness. And 10, Leaves of Grass. Check those 10 out. Remember, it's just 1 point per question. Mark those accordingly. Checking to make sure nobody got left behind. I saw something that was flashing, but no. Seems cool. Very close. Oh, no. Somebody sent there's 1 second too late. Hold on. I hear you. You know what? Because I do have it showing on my screen, I'm looking at Binding in the chat and Alicia via email. Yeah, I'm going to allow it because it came in as I was reading the first answers. So you're safe. Because I had technical issues tonight myself, I'm showing a certain amount of kindness there. Keep in mind, generally, though, I definitely, if I saw that was becoming a thing or people were getting them in after I was done any amount of the answers, generally speaking, I'd be voiding them. I think you're safe, though, because it came in as I was just starting to read the answers for round 1. So good job. Thank you for letting me know. That's the last kindness I'm going to show, though, for the late answers thing. It happens. It happens. Moving on, round 2. Here's your answers, guys. The Cranberries, number 1. Blind Melon. Meatloaf is number 3. Fiona Apple. Keep in mind, these are all food-oriented things. Fiona Apple, number 4. 5, Salt and Pepper. Getting Nelson Mandela's birthday party all pepped up. Number 6, Cake. Remember that 90s band? 7, Cherry Pie. 8, Mean Mr. Mustard. Oh, those Beatles. 9 was American Pie, of course. And 10, Bananarama, which is just fun to say in general. Bananarama. Total that out of 10. Cranberries, melons, meatloaf, etc. Total her up. So I guess we have 16 teams competing tonight. And lastly, round 3. Here's your answers. Number 1 was Wikipedia. 2, Game of Thrones. 3 was Snopes. 4, Kickstarter. 5, eBay. 6, Matt Drudge. 7, Sean Connery. 8, Bing. 9, Craigslist. And 10 was AskJeeves.com. Total that out of 10. Total the first half out of 30. And feel good, guys, because everyone's doing pretty good stuff. And you're all at home being safe and only playing with your roommates and keeping in the spirit and the kindness of trivia, which is exactly what I like to see. And I'm about to switch it back to my face in a second. But before I do, just to remind you, 10 to 15 minute break time. It's that time, guys. We're going to keep it to a tight 10 back at 9:20 tonight. Again, I apologize for the late start. That was technical stuff on my end. It's always a little bit challenging trying to coordinate all this stuff. But yeah, we're back at 9:20. So you got 10 minutes for Zoomers. You can talk amongst yourselves. YouTubers, feel free to enjoy the show. I'm stopping sharing so you can see my face once again. And great job, everybody. Hey, you are unmuted. Feel free to talk amongst yourselves. We'll have some music playing.
No, I think the brand is called Dylan. I think the actual thing we're looking for is like Aperol and whatever. But like, it was a Christmas gift from a worker, and it's like one bottle.
It's like a spritz, isn't it?
I guess. Dry gin, 7 sweet vermouth, and Professor Dylan.
How much?
It's something that like. You're
Me
in
too.
A bind
So I have 4 fingers of vodka.
It's probably an alcohol from
2 fingers of ginger beer. 1 finger of lime juice.
What was vodka?
Which pairs well with this chocolate.
4 fingers of vodka. Just the standard amount of vodka. What do you mean?
Yeah, I do. What day do you want to
Fucking no judgment, right? Like, yeah, unbelievable.
Always Wednesday morning. Other than that, I'm pretty free. Okay, Wednesday afternoon, I have a political
Yeah,
action.
no, absolutely not.
Friday, I have therapy.
What kind of political action are you taking?
Guys, you know what sucks? I can't mute myself on this chat because then I can't sing my songs, so I just have to. Because Blake Shelton is ugly. Like, that's straight up the answer. I don't know what else to tell you. It's never even close to 100.
See you walking around like it's a funeral. Not so serious, girl, why those feet cold? We just getting started, don't you tiptoe, tiptoe. Waste time with the masterpiece, waste time with the masterpiece. You should be rolling me, you should be rolling me. You're a real life fantasy, you're a real life fantasy. But you're moving so carefully, let's start living dangerously. Talk to me, baby. I'm going out the mirror, sweet, sweet baby. Let's move on, let's go, fucking crazy.
All right. Are we ready?
Yeah. I don't know how to say this. I can't do shit because there's music there. Right. Never mind. No, now I'm embarrassed. I don't know, but now I'm embarrassed. No.
But you're moving so carefully. Let's start living dangerously.
I'm jamming out. I'm having a jam. That's a good song. No. Well, that's not gonna happen anyways. Appreciate Lizzie's knowledge of how much I hate. Will not look at this Zoom of myself because I'm embarrassed. All right. When I wake up, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who wakes up next to you. When I go out, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who goes along with you. If I get drunk, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who gets drunk next to you. And if I hear that, I know I'm gonna be the man who's favorite to you.
I'm also terrified of you.
But I will walk 500 miles and I will walk 500 more just to be the man who walks 1,000 miles to fall down at your door. When I'm working, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who's working hard for you. And when the money comes in for the work I do, I'll pass almost every penny on to you. And when I come home, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who's coming back with you. And if I grow up, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who's growing up with you. But I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more just to be the man who walks 1,000 miles to fall down at your door. When I'm lonely, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who's lonely without you. And when I'm dreaming, well, I know I'm gonna dream the time when I'm alone with you. When I go out, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who goes along with you. And when I come home, I'm gonna be the one who comes along with you. I'm gonna be the man who comes along with you. And I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more just to be the man who walks 1,000 miles to fall down at your door. I will walk 500 miles and I will walk 500 more just to be the man who walked 1,000 miles to fall down at your door. That was for Stardust.
Well,
I'm
that was
taking any
wonderful.
non-Wonderwall requests for next week.
Just a heads up, 1 minute, guys. 1 minute till we're back to regular trivia. 1 minute.
Sounds good.
Who goes there? With a squeeze of 5 fingers, puffing smoke in the bed. Shining black like dark leather caps. They on stare. While we rocking it, I'm rocking it. Like a little pool inside the spring can. 5 and 3 coats, 4 wolf, child, woman, and man. God bless the guard, lady streets, wall and go. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yo, you got pop like a flick by that rivalry click. And went, ooh, ooh. It ain't my fault, your ass on the asphalt. Got your chin touched by my fan who thought you brought harm, you see. I'm iced out like a glass of tea. Better yet, oatmeal cookies. Y'all just rookies to me. Sliding up and down the court, but I don't think you can dig. Why try? Maceo been getting high since Luke Skywalker. Man, my topic of talk is shedding shame all over your game. Like the shorties who claim that Afrocentric loving is the past drug. My life filled with that's what thugs love. Set you fast, trap that ass in the rug of your choice while it muffles your voice. Now when I'm swimming through the joint, I put the funk on hold. Cause if you don't, you'll see the bubbles come up. We run up a tab and gladly add a little extra for miss. Slash your face with bigger lips for that ass to kiss. Most crews oppose current by we're forever. Direct beats that's contagious. Loved by all ages. Graduated from the university. Of all hitters for real. I got niggas in the streets that'll blast your ass for the shine and get. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yo, if you a fat chick getting your fuck on tonight to go. Ooh, ooh. Yo, put your hands opposite to the ground if you're loving that sound. Go. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yo, and to my broke niggas on the corner, holding me down. Go. I swear Tommy gon' get it. He done did me wrong. I have plans to buy more land, plant corn, bust kernels on heat, work hard like wetbacks. Setbacks is gonna get my ass pee hostile.
Ooh, 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 ooh. Guys, I love De La Soul from time to time, and I love playing trivia too. So welcome back, those of you. Just muting everyone for a second. Yeah, welcome back. Welcome back. You're back to regular trivia, starting with the audio round in the second half. So that's always fun. If you did pretty well in the first half and you're pretty happy and proud about it, let me hear you say, uh-oh, if you did well on 3. 1, 2, 3, you're unmuted. Nobody said that. Okay.
Come on, Steve.
I think there was a delay.
Oh, Steve.
Okay, so people did pretty well. I even got some come on Steves unsolicited, but I guess they were deserved. If you did not as well in the first half, you're a little bit frustrated. Let me hear you say, not for me on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Not for me.
Oh, that many people. I had a couple not for me's in there. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry this wasn't for you thus far. But maybe on the back half, it'll be a different breed of trivia. Let's find out. Cool. Let's switch over to that screen. Sharing my screen with you, starting right now. Boom. All right, guys, the audio round. Oh, in fact, I got to switch it up. I forgot I got to pull out that audio track. So first lyric, 10 questions. If you're not familiar, this is the first lyric of the song, same as the title. We're going to be naming the artist and the song title. Half a point for the artist, half a point for the song. Just keep in mind that even though you probably won't be hearing the first lyric of the song, the first lyric of each song is the name of the song. So if you can remember the first lyric of these tracks, you'll probably have a bit of an in to like level up there. Let me just briefly, I'm going to stop sharing with you for a second. I think I did this out of order. Just my face for a second there. Do. Oh, just my face having a good time. Come on, Steve. Something rhymes. Just a second here. Ugh. How do I? Oh, here we go. There we go. Oh boy. Everything's fine. My computer isn't on fire. There we go. All right. Cool beans. All right, let's switch this back over again. Thanks for your patience. Switching to this guy. All right, you should be seeing a blank screen that's about to be playing some songs in your direction, turning up the tunes. Hopefully you can hear me. If you can't, please say something in the chat. That's kind of the best way to let me know. I can also still see you, FYI. So feel free to dance along there at the risk of being acknowledged or not acknowledged by myself. Checking the chat. New messages at the bottom. Can't hear me. Can't hear me. Is that true? Hold on a second. Kathy says she can't hear me. Can you guys hear me? Let me unmute you for a second. I just want to make sure everything's fine here. Hold on. Unmute.
And like we can all hear him.
You guys
hear you.
We can hear you.
We can hear him.
No one's a
You're the problem.
Yikes.
Melanie.
All right, you're
Yikes.
muted. Wait, almost. Hold on. All right, now you're muted. There we go. Yeah, I don't know. So Kathy, it seems like everyone else can hear me. So maybe on your end, you might have the audio. Either you've had like an audio error, not unlike myself at first, or maybe you've got something happening there where it's muted somehow. It is possible. Not just the bottom left corner mutes the your audio in terms of your mic and also your video separately in that bottom left corner. But you could have other things muted. The one thing I will say is if you're having an error like I was, in that bottom left corner, there's also a way to test if you go in your audio in the little drop-down menu connected to your mic. And sometimes if you hit the test, that's what I learned on the fly, that hitting the test thing, it sometimes clicks the audio back into gear. Maybe your audio took a back seat for Zoom for a second. Anyway, that's the only advice that I have. Again, I'm learning on the fly half the time too. Oh, Kathy wasn't there for that. Hey, Kathy, if you just logged back in, hopefully you can hear me now. If you can't, the advice I was giving is you can click on the drop-down arrow with the microphone to test your audio, even in the chat, and sometimes that'll fix it. That's what happened with me, and it fixed it. I don't know, man. Glitches happen. All right, guys, let's get to the trivia round. So once again, half a point for the artist, half a point for the song. The song is the same name as the first lyrics of the song. Let's get to it. Here we go. Question number 1, round 4. Good luck to you. Here we go.
You help me to carry the stone. Open your heart. I'm coming home.
All right, pause again for a second there. Can everyone hear me okay? Thumbs up if you can hear me okay, so I don't have to do the whole, yeah? Okay, I saw them. Second time through, number 1, second time. And you hear every clip twice, and then at the end, there's a little repeat thing. Here we go, number 1, second time.
Would you help me to carry the stone? Open your heart. I'm coming home.
Cool, cool, cool. Once again, the song title is the same as the first lyrics of the song, but you're also naming the artist for the other half a point. Half a point for the artist, half a point for the song title. First lyrics are the same as the song title. Moving on, number 2. Here we go.
I wanna walk with you on a cloudy day in fields where the yellow grass grows knee high.
Let's hear it again. Number 2, second time through.
I wanna walk with you on a cloudy day in fields where the yellow grass grows knee high.
Does that one ring a bell for you? Remember, same as the first lyric? You get it by now. Moving on, number 3. Let's hear it again, number 3. Oh, it jumped ahead on me. Sorry, guys. I was just testing something here. Sorry about that. All right, moving on. Number 4. I was just doing a quick audio testing myself, and something happened there. Moving on. Number 4.
Yes, a friend. Yes, I'm rolling me. Take your time. Hurry up. Yours is yours.
Gonna hear it again. Second time through, number 4.
There's a friend, there's a friend, there's a known enemy. Take your time, hurry up, yours is yours.
Too fast for me. Moving on, number 5. Here we go. One of the better wedding songs. Let's hear it again, number 5. Moving on, number 6. Remember, the song title is the same as the first lyric. Number 6, artist and song title. Here we go. Second time through, number 6. Four to go, guys. Moving on, number 7. Here we go.
No is the saddest experience you'll ever know. Yes, it's the saddest experience.
Number 8. Here we go. Sorry, 7 again. 7. Sorry.
Is the saddest experience you'll ever know. Yes, it's the saddest experience.
Yeah, I'm a dummy. That was 7 again. Having a bit of a flustered night. Jeez Louise. Number 8. Here we go.
Celebration. You know we're gonna do it right tonight. Hey, just feeling. Music's got me feeling the need.
So good. Second time through, number 8.
Celebration. You know we're gonna do it right tonight. Hey, just feeling. Music's got me feeling the need.
Such a fan of that one. Number 9. Here we go.
She loves to laugh, she loves to sing, she does everything. She loves to move, she loves to groove, she loves another thing.
Second time through, number 9.
She loves to laugh, she loves to sing, she does everything. She loves to move, she loves to groove, she loves another thing.
And finally, track 10. Here we go, number 10.
I'm falling all over myself to lift your heart in case you're here. Cause with the birds you shed, it's a lonely view. With the birds you shed, it's a lonely view.
All right, let's hear number 10 one more time. Number 10, second time through.
I'm falling all over myself to lift your heart in case you're here. Cause with the birds you shed, it's a lonely view. With the birds you shed, it's a lonely view.
Oh, so chill, so beautiful. And finally, here's all of it stitched together one last time. If you were like, ooh, almost, this is your chance. Just a reminder, though, with these song titles in particular, if you put too many words, like not like an extra, like an or a the, but too many nouns, verbs, adjectives, things like that, that technically will get you an X for that. Just like too few words would also be a problem. So be as accurate as you can with these titles. It's easy just to be like, oh, just write the first verse down. Here we go. Last chance. Number 1 for the last time. Good luck. Here we go.
Would you help me to carry the stone? Open your heart, I'm coming home.
Number 2.
I wanna walk with you on a cloudy day in fields where the yellow grass grows near
Number 3. Number 4. Number 5. Number 6. Number 7.
No is the saddest experience you'll ever know. Yes, it's the saddest experience.
Number 8.
Celebration. You know we're gonna do it right tonight. Hey, just feeling. Music's got me feeling the need.
Let's get to the chorus. Number 9.
She loves to laugh, she loves to sing, she does everything. She loves to move, she loves to groove, she loves another thing.
And finally, track 10.
I'm falling on over myself to lift your heart in case you're here, 'cause with the birds and shade it's a lonely view. With the birds and shade it's a lonely view.
And with that magic, guys, good news for you. You're at the end of this trivia round, round 4. Good job. You're unmuted.
Wait with me. Number.
Wait. We're unmuted.
Careful, you're unmuted. Don't say the answers.
I hear
Don't
Megan.
say answers, guys.
I know.
I
hear Megan. Hey.
Oh, boy. It's cool. It's cool. Hey, you are muted again. Actually, before we mute, how about a cheers once again? Not just for you guys, but all of our Loon staff and all of our essential workers out there on the front lines. Cheers to y'all. Hey, cheers.
Hey, Steve, one question before you mute people.
Sorry?
No. Can people follow me on Instagram since I'm like providing the like musical interludes here? No. Can I plug myself like real quick?
Hey, I can see pub trivia and open forum. Yeah, if you want.
That's her Instagram feed.
I'll put it in the chat.
Okay.
I'll accept literally all requests except any Oasis requests. Like that's my only thing. You guys can request me to sing any fucking song in the world except Oasis. I'll do it.
Like even Sam Smith and Adele, like that's pretty dark.
I will sing Britney Spears if you guys want me to. It's just gotta be not Oasis.
And my favorite improv groups is called Not Oasis, FYI.
Guys, I think our team next week has to be not Oasis.
Not bad.
Not Oasis, yeah, not Oasis. I just hate the Gallagher brothers. They're so toxic. Like it's a personal thing. Like it's not that Oasis makes bad music. It's just like I don't like them as people.
Shots fired, Oasis. If you're out there, that's the deal. You're muted again, by the way. Delia, thank you. Check the chat for Delia's Instagram handle. She's probably got wonderful more of her as well as ukulele stuff in general. And again, cheers to all you guys, not just playing. Thank you for playing. Keep playing. Don't stop. But also to anyone on the front lines, essential workers and stuff like that, or just working in general right now during these, kind of dangerous times. Cheers to you. Excuse me. It's just, I was eating broccoli during the break. Just went down the wrong way. All right, let's get you guys back into trivia mode here. Cool. Sharing the screen. Also, Scott, I saw you earlier with your bows at home. Good job to you, my friend. Well done. The system works. Bows, reps, please hear my plea. All right, here we go. Switching over. Hopefully now you guys can mostly, there we go. See the magic. Current slide. You're probably seeing my screens. Just a second, guys. Sorry, talk amongst yourselves, but maybe not using the mics because I think I've got you muted still. Okay, let's try this again. 1 second, guys. I think it's just a weird, I did an update recently. Maybe I'm having a few issues. Just a second. Oh, it says I'm still sharing. Okay. That's a good sign. Okay. I think we're back. All right. Hopefully you guys can see it. It was weird. I don't know what was going on there. You know what I'm getting too, if anyone's wondering too, I'm actually getting little notices from Zoom being like, oh, you should relaunch Zoom to correct this audio issue, except I can't. I can't. I need to keep Zoom open. That's so, you know, it is what it is. I guess we'll just make it work. All right, guys, let's take a look at the word origins. Hopefully you can see that screen. Last time you could hear me okay and everything was working fine. So I'm going to assume that it's the same right now. Checking the chat, seeing if anyone's chiming in with thoughts. Everyone else is okay. And oh no, Kathy, did you miss the round 1 to 3 answers? I definitely did give those answers already. That's tough. You know what? You guys might have got glitched out on this one. I'm so sorry. At least you guys are, you've won in the past, and hopefully maybe you got back in time. I don't know. Going by what you just wrote, I'm assuming you didn't. So sorry if your technical glitch, Kathy, kind of messed you guys up there. I apologize. Nevertheless, we've got to trudge forward. Word origins, category number 5. Here we go, guys. Picking things up a little bit on the back end. So we can end a little closer to 10 if we're lucky. Category 5, question number 1. What clear distilled alcoholic beverage takes its name from the Russian for little water, quote unquote? I repeat, number 1 in round 5. What clear distilled alcoholic beverage takes its name from the Russian for little water? What do they call that alcoholic beverage? Name it. That's your job. Apologies to Oasis. So we got apologies to Oasis and to Kathy Tudor and their wonderful team. Unfortunately, technical glitches and Oasis hate. So, you know, we're a very anti-hate speech kind of trivia night, but you know, you're welcome to not like whatever band you prefer. That's cool with me. Moving on. Final guesses for this one. Question number 2. Used to refer to a second-year student in high school or college, what word is derived from the Greek words for wise and foolish? I repeat, number 2, used to refer to a second-year student in high school or college, what word is derived from the Greek words for wise and foolish? I would also like to add that we work with an American trivia company, which may or may not be a factor in how you refer to anyone. Just keep it in mind. Oh, there's a team, the Gallaghers. That's very funny. Multiple Gallaghers out there. Shameless. Yeah, great show. Final guesses for this one. Moving on, question 3. What major American city famously got its name from the Native American word Shikakwa, meaning stinking onion, quote unquote? My apologies to whatever tribe is responsible for that word. Clearly, I'm not the best. To repeat, number 3, what major American city famously got its name from the Native American word Shikawa, meaning stinking onion? Name that major American city. With that First Nations connection to their city's name? As many do. Can you solve this word puzzle? Final guesses for this one. Moving on, question 4. The adjective jumbo comes from the name of the extremely large elephant that was purchased in 1882 by what American showman? This is one where you could go for their full name, but just their most common stage name, so to speak, would be fine. To repeat, number 4, the adjective jumbo comes from the name of the extremely large elephant that was purchased in 1882 by what American showman? And an American showman. Yeah, stage name, public name, whatever. Whatever they went by on billboards and credits and stuff. Final guesses for this one. Moving on. Question 5. What word for a person who drives someone else around comes from a French word for stoker, referring to those who kept the steam engine running in early automobiles? I repeat, number 5. What word for a person who drives someone else around comes from a French word for stoker, referring to those who kept the steam engine running in early automobiles? Name that word. What's the word? What's the good word? Lots of words out there. Bird was the word. And there was a word bird on the Fred Penner show. Remember that one? I just dated myself. In fairness, Canadian icon and awesome giant log entry. Big fan. Take your shot. Final guesses for this one. Different time. Moving on, number 6. What word for the state of isolation in which a person may be placed to avoid the spread of disease is derived from the Venetian word for 40 days, quote unquote? Name the word. To repeat, number 6. What word for the state of isolation in which a person may be placed to avoid the spread of disease is derived from the Venetian word for 40 days? Name that word. Number 6. I apologize if that's triggering. I realize these words for this kind of question is a little bit on the nose. And Mary or Team Istra or the tutors or whoever, if anyone got left behind because of any technical glitch, obviously if like you missed an answer session, I'm kind of stuck there. But I will say this, that you're welcome to play along still. And, please feel free to stick around. And yeah, if I know you, obviously I know in my heart of hearts that you guys are honorable trivia players. I just, rules are kind of rules on that one. Take your shot. Final guesses. That is, although if you submitted your questions on time and you just missed the announcing of the answers, then in theory, you'd be able to kind of on the fly do your homework a little bit. I don't know. We'll have to figure that out. Moving on. Number 7. What word for an independent contractor has its origins in the mercenary knights in medieval times who would offer their services to the highest bidder? I repeat, number 7. What word for an independent contractor has its origins in the mercenary knights in medieval times who would offer their services to the highest bidder? Name that word. I do believe they're referring to the period of actual time, medieval times, not the franchise, medieval times. But I expect there's some overlap of the terminology and the phrasing. I always bet on the Blue Knight. I always have a good feeling about that guy. Is that a mistake? If you've got an in, on the inner workings of which knight is going to win when, so I can place my bets accordingly, please let me know. I assume they're quarantined with horse. You know, it's because you don't want to spread medieval germs. It's not good. It's not good for anyone, really. Final guesses for this one. Name that word. Moving on, number 8, quote, lackluster, gloomy, quote unquote, and frugal, quote unquote, are 3 of the many adjectives that first appeared in the works of what legendary playwright? Full name, please. To repeat, number 8, lackluster, gloomy, and frugal are 3 of the many adjectives that first appeared in the works of what legendary playwright? You know what? I'm going to be a nice guy. I don't think anyone's going to get tripped up by this, but because we're going back quite a ways, I'll accept a single name. I'll accept like a last name for these legendary playwrights. I shouldn't, but I will. If for some reason, if it's easier for you to just do last name. I go, it's far enough back. I'd be fine with it. Be just far enough back. Final guesses for this one. Moving on, number 9. What tusked creature gets its name from an Old Norse word meaning whale horse? To repeat, number 9. What tusked creature gets its name from an Old Norse word meaning whale horse? Name that tusked creature. Who out there knows their whale horses? Horse. Are you a whale horseman or a horse whaleman? These are all terrible hints. Name that tusk creature. I mean, it's a terrible childhood nickname. That much I do know. Final guesses for this one. And finally, number 10, last one of the round, an intrusive news photographer in the Federico Fellini film La Dolce Vita gave rise to what term for photographers who take images of celebrities in their daily lives? I repeat, number 10, an intrusive news photographer in the Federico Fellini film La Dolce Vita gave rise to what term for photographers who take images of celebrities in their daily lives? What do we call those photographers? Name them. What's the term? And your briefest of looks at the questions once again. Oh, too far back. One more time through. Number 1, we're looking for the alcoholic beverage, little water, clear, distilled. Number 2, what word derived from wise and foolish with the high school college connotation? Number 3, major American city from the Native American word Chicaquah. Number 4, the adjective jumbo coming, we're looking for the name of the American showman, where it's coming from. Number 5, we're looking for the word for a person who drives someone else around, the Stoker connection. Number 6, word for state of isolation, too soon. Number 7, word for independent contractor with the Mercenary Knights connection. Number 8, lackluster, gloomy, frugal, adjectives from what playwright? I'll accept just a single name. Number 9, tusked creature, whale horse. And number 10, intrusive news photographer. What do we call those kinds of photographers? And that's it for that round. You're done round 5 with 1 to go, guys. You're unmuted. Wait, no, you're not. Yes, you are. You're unmuted. Good job.
Yay. Oh my god, it's not a shit. It smells terrible.
Which stems from what? Wait, you guys figured it out?
Oh, no. Kathy, you're bathed in pink. Are you okay, Kathy? Round 5 with 1 to go, guys.
Yeah.
You're unmuted. Wait, no, you're not. Yes, you are. I'm muting you guys again. We only have 1 more round to go anyway. And you're muted. Kathy Tudor, I don't know what's happening with your computer. It feels like your computer and my computer have been talking. Yours is, your webcam's pink. The audio is clearly having some issues. and you might have missed an answer session. I'm so sorry you're going through whatever kind of technical issue that you're having right now. Nevertheless, one round to go, and we're going to blast through. And for the private question, there is a limit to the wager round. We just do 10 points for the wager. We don't want to make it possible for you to bet the whole farm because, yeah, we want it to be like a safe bet, even if you want to bet big. That way there's no chance for anyone to just like really mess with the system. It's a choice. We made a choice. 10 points is the max for the bet. All right, guys, final 10 questions. Here we go. Sharing one more time. There we go. Round 6, famous film stunts. I'm going to cook through these ones so we can get to the answers sooner than later. Here we go. Round 6. Good luck to you. Question number 1. What actor trained for an entire year to perform the high altitude opening jump from an airplane seen in the 2018 film Mission Impossible Fallout? I repeat, number 1, what actor trained for an entire year to perform the high altitude opening jump from an airplane seen in the 2018 film Mission Impossible Fallout? Name that actor. I just saw your post in the chat. Kathy, I'm sorry you're having technical issues tonight. Again, you're not alone. Although you might be getting it the worst tonight from the sounds of things. Final guesses. Name this actor. Moving on. Question 2. Here we go. Famed stuntman Yakima Canute directed the iconic chariot sequence and trained all its drivers, including Charlton Heston, in what 1959 epic? I repeat, number 2, famed stuntman Yakima Canute, with 2 T's on the end there, directed the iconic chariot sequence and trained all its drivers, including Charlton Heston, in what 1959 epic? Name that film from 1959. Final guesses for this one. Moving on, question number 3. Stuntman Dar Robinson set a world record for highest wireless free fall jump from a building in a film when he dropped 220 feet for what 1981 Burt Reynolds movie? I repeat, number 3, stuntman Dar Robinson set a world record for highest wireless free fall jump from a building in a film when he dropped 220 feet for what 1981 Burt Reynolds film? All right, and Kathy, I know you're having trouble tonight. I can't really go all the way back there for you guys with the answers, unfortunately. I think you guys might be stuck, but if you're hearing and you can keep up, here's the answers for round 1 was 7-Eleven, Audi, Michael J. Fox, Sammy Sosa, Washington Monument, Candy Crush, Turkey, Carrie, Alec Guinness, Leaves of Grass. After the next question, I'll give you round 2. Hopefully that helped. I'd send it to you, but I've got it on like a different computer and I'm worried with Zoom. I'm having a few too many technical issues myself tonight. Final guesses with this one. Moving on, question 4. What action superstar known for doing his own stunts suffered second-degree burns while sliding down a pole covered in electric lights in the 1985 Hong Kong action film Police Story? I repeat, question 4. What action superstar known for doing his own stunts suffered second-degree burns while sliding down a pole covered in electric lights in the 1985 Hong Kong action film Police Story? Name that action superstar. Also, Kathy, if you guys, if Team Istra didn't get its answers in before 9:06, obviously you guys are stuck. But if you submitted them, then feel free to use these answers for round 2 that I'm going to say very fast. Hopefully you guys are speed listeners. The answers for round 2 were, starting with number 1, the Cranberries, Blind Melon, Meatloaf, Fiona Apple, Salt and Pepper, Cake, Cherry Pie, Mean Mr. Mustard, American Pie, and Bananarama. That's round 2. I'll give you round 3 after the next question. And then I'm done trying to help people. It's a tough juggling act. Oh, I'm glad you got your answers in. Okay. This is like a Hail Mary to help you guys out. Final guesses for this one. Moving on, round 5. Stuntman Wayne Michaels did the 720-foot bungee jump off a Swiss dam that opens what James Bond film starring Pierce Brosnan? To repeat, number 5, stuntman Wayne Michaels did the 720-foot bungee jump off a Swiss dam that opens what James Bond film starring Pierce Brosnan? Name that James Bond film. And the answers to round 3, which for everyone else, thank you for your patience. Like, why is this happening? And for Team Istra, former champions, current technical issue people, your answers were Wikipedia, Game of Thrones, Snopes, Kickstarter, eBay, Matt Drudge, aka the Drudge Report, but Matt Drudge is the guy. Sean Connery was number 7. Bing was number 8. Craigslist number 9. Ask Jeeves number 10. That's it. I got you caught up. If you weren't able to keep along or follow along, I understand completely, and I apologize, but there's nothing else I can do with the time we have. Final guesses for this James Bond film. This is round 6, question 5. Number 6, stuntman James Wilkie was behind the wheel during the famous scene in what Christopher Nolan Batman film where an 18-wheelers flipped over while driving down a city street? I repeat, number 6, stuntman Jim Wilkie was behind the wheel during the famous scene in what Christopher Nolan Batman film where an 18-wheeler is flipped over while driving down a street, a city street specifically. Name that Christopher Nolan Batman film. What's that movie? Hot tip, it may or may not have the phrase "I'm Batman" in it with a somewhat gruff voice. I guess that's all the Batman films, really, for the most part. Yeah. Give and take. Final guesses for this one. Moving on, number 7. What actor performed his own stunt in the 1994 film Speed, where he jumps from a moving car to a moving bus? I repeat, number 7. What actor performed his own stunt in the 1994 film Speed, where he jumps from a moving car to a moving bus? Name that actor. Who's got it? Who's a Speed fan? Final guesses for that one. Moving on, number 8. Steve McQueen and Bud Eakins split stunt driving duties inside the Ford Mustang for the nearly 11-minute car chase sequence through San Francisco in what 1968 film? I repeat, number 8. Steve McQueen and Bud Eakins split stunt driving duties inside the Ford Mustang for the nearly 11-minute car chase sequence through San Francisco in what 1968 film? Holy moly, that is a run-on sentence. Nevertheless, name that 1968 film. Who's got it? Who knows that movie? Steve McQueen is in it. One of my favorite Steves. It's a movie called The Tao of Steve. T-A-O, Tao of Steve. It's good. Talks a lot about Steves. That's why I watched it. Anyway, final guesses for this one. Moving on, number 9, the penultimate question of the back half, While Harrison Ford himself was dragged behind a truck for some of the shots, stuntman Terry Leonard did most of the stunts in the truck chase sequence in what 1981 film? I repeat, number 9, while Harrison Ford himself was dragged behind a truck for some of the shots, stuntman Terry Leonard did most of the stunts in the truck chase sequence in what 1981 film? Name that movie. (1981) and done for Harrison Ford with that particular chase. What's that movie? Give you 10 more seconds on that one. And finally, number 10 of the regular 10 question rounds, rather. Number 10, Jamie Lee Curtis did much of her own stunt work in the limo rescue sequence in what 1994 James Cameron film? I repeat, number 10, Jamie Lee Curtis did much of her own stunt work in the limo rescue sequence in what 1994 James Cameron film? Name that movie. And fastest recap ever as you're trying to remember which 1994 James Cameron movie had Jamie Lee Curtis doing some cool stuff. Here's your recap of that round. Super fast skim. Number 1, Mission Impossible Fallout. High altitude opening. Name that actor. Number 2, looking for the 1959 epic with chariot sequence, Charlton Heston. Number 3, Dar Robinson set a world record for wireless free fall in what Burt Reynolds movie in 81? Number 4, action superstar, Police Story, 1985 Hong Kong action film. Name that star. Number 5, name that James Bond film with Pierce Brosnan and a bungee jump. Number 6, Jim Wilkie, Behind the Wheel, Christopher Nolan Batman film, truck flipped over. Name the movie. That was it, right? Name the movie? Yeah, name that Batman film. Oh, number 7, to recap, name the actor who did the moving car bus jump in Speed. Number 8, name the movie in 68 with Steve McQueen and Bud Eakins doing the Mustang drives. Number 9, name that 1981 film with Harrison Ford dragged by a truck. And number 10, Jamie Lee Curtis, name that 1994 James Cameron movie. That's the end of our 10-question round, guys. Quick check-in with you, quickest of all. Boom, you're unmuted for like a brief second.
Woo, woo.
You did?
Couple of whoop whoops.
All right. You're not done yet, though. It's wager time. You're muted again. Boom, just like that. Whoop, whoop, indeed. Let's get to it. Here we go. Sharing the screen one more time. We're back. So, final trivia. Dum, dum, dum. The category tonight is the Summer Olympics. You'll have a minute to work on it. You can wager up to 10 points. Just keep in mind, you're going to write down clearly where your wager is somewhere in there. But the important takeaway, though, is it's a wager, which means if you get it wrong, it'll be subtracted from your final score. If you get it right, it'll be added. So bet up to 10. Make sure that you're being clear about what that bet is. And you'll have just under a minute to work on it. Here we go, guys. Good luck to you. The question is, oh, that's not it. That's the previous thing. The question is, the last 4 Summer Olympics were held in 2004, 2008, 2012, and 2016. Match the 4 host cities with those Olympic years. Those cities, in no particular order, are Beijing, Rio de Janeiro, London, and Athens. Match them with those years. To repeat, 4 Summer Olympics, the last 4 held in 2004, 2008, 2012, and 2016. Match the host cities with those years, which is Beijing, Rio de Janeiro, London, and Athens. Rearrange that. Make sense of it. You have less than a minute. Good luck to you. The clock is ticking. Thirty seconds left. So much suspense. Oh no, 15 seconds left. Rio de Janeiro, is that even a place? 5 seconds left. The answer is yes, it is a place. Cool. Hopefully you match those up with the right years. And more importantly, here's the tiebreaker that comes right after it, guys. Tiebreaker is separate from it. What's the population of Bennington, Vermont in 2010, according to the 2010 American Census? You're not supposed to know this. Keep in mind, the closer you are, you might bump somebody out if you're tied for the top spots. But again, only if you're tied for the numero uno is it going to make a difference prize-wise. To repeat, what's the population of Bennington, Vermont in 2010, according to the 2010 U.S. Census? Write down a number, make it separate from your tiebreaker, separate from your final trivia, obviously, or it could be a little tricky. Oh, Matt Greenwood. Looks like someone is going the extra mile to help one of the teams. In any case, with that, guys, you are finally done your regular trivia. I'm not going to take you out of the screen share for just a second, though, because with whatever you wrote there, I wanted to make sure you saw it's that time once again to send your answers, your new answers, the second half, but ideally with your updated first round score or your first half scores, ideally to stevehobbs.entertainment@gmail.com. Once again, send it in the next 5 minutes to stevehobbs.entertainment@gmail.com. You have 5 minutes. We'll say it's 10:10 right now, but at 10:15, I'm going to start reading those answers out. And then after that, the only step left is to submit your final scores to that online tally sheet. And in theory, I should just be able to pluck the one that's the top score out of there, do a very quick fact check, and we'll find out our winner as soon as possible. So that's where we're at. Cool. Clock's ticking, guys. Send in those answers in the next 5 minutes by 10:15, so less than 5 minutes. All right, and I am stopping the share, and I am unmuting you. You're unmuted once again.
Yeah, not even tuning.
Hey.
Hi.
Hello. Who else feels like this music should be from Jeopardy? This is too intense. Da 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 da. It's just a little more low key, I feel like. No, that's not what I asked for. This is dedicated for Stephanie.
Just do what you feel, speed along the lane. You can turn or return to 25. When the sun goes down, you can make it good and live by. When I grab people, when I daddy, when I mean, we love everybody, but we do as we please. When the weather's fine, we go fishing or go sailing to the sea.
2 minutes left, guys. 2 minutes. Get those answers in quickly, please. Find out our winners very soon. Answers coming in 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Hurry up.
summertime and we'll sing again. We go driving home, maybe we'll settle down. She's ready, she's eyes with your friends, and we'll go into town.
30 seconds left, guys. 30 seconds. Hurry it up. Ten seconds. And 3, 2, 1. Boom, I'm back just like that. Checking to make sure that pretty much everyone got in there, because now the answers are getting read one way or another. You know, it looks pretty good. I'm just going to have to assume that everyone has actually got in there, because the time is 10:15, and if those answers haven't arrived, then you're too late. It's too late to apologize for your late answers. I'm so sorry. Cool. All right, sharing the screens, guys. Here come the answers for rounds 4, 5, and 6. Thank you for your patience. Oh, also, you're all muted. There we go. Muted. Cool. Here we go. Starting with round 4, your audio answers. Remember, this is half a point for the artist, half a point for the song title, and be as accurate with your marking as possible. So I don't, when I'm doing any checking of the first place team later, if that's you, I don't want to be double second guessing and finding a bunch of scores that are wrong. Here we go. Number 1, Hey You by Pink Floyd. Half a point for Pink Floyd, half a point for Hey You. Number 2, Norah Jones, Come Away With Me. Number 3, Aerosmith with Sweet Emotion. 4 was Nirvana with Come As You Are. 5, Dexy's Midnight Runners with Come On Eileen, love it. 6, REM with Shiny Happy People. 7, Three Dog Night with One Is the Loneliest Number. That's right, that was not the Beatles version. That was Three Dog Night in that recording. That's how that goes. Number 8, Daft Punk, One More Time. Number 9, Journey with Any Way You Want It. And number 10, Red Hot Chili Peppers with Scar Tissue. Total that out of 10 with all those half points figured out. Hopefully you got those right. Checking the chat. Possibly a concern or criticism. Is 1 okay for number 8? No, I'm sorry, Erica. Supposedly for that Three Dog Night one, 1 is the loneliest number is the correct title. So just 1 is no dice, no mas. That's an X for that half point. But if you manage to get Three Dog Night, that's cool. Yeah. Nothing else to say about that one. Moving on, round 5. Here we go. Vodka, number 1. Number 2, Sophomore. 3, Chicago is what that connection was. Number 4, P.T. Barnum. 5, Chauffeur. 6, Quarantine. 7, Freelancer. 8, William Shakespeare, but just Shakespeare is fine. I made an exception. Just kind of hoping to snag some people in the wrong as well as the right with that exception. Number 9, Walrus. And number 10, Paparazzi. One of my favorite Lady Gaga jams. Total that out of 10. And finally, round 6, your answers were as follows. 1 was Tom Cruise. 2, Ben-Hur. 3, Sharky's Machine. Burt Reynolds, man. Number 4, Jackie Chan. 5, GoldenEye. 6, The Dark Knight. Oh, Batman. 7, Keanu Reeves. 8 was Bullet with 2 T's, but who's counting? Number 9, Raiders of the Lost Ark. 10 true lies. Yeah, total that out of 10. I'm doing a little research myself on that 3 Dog Night one because I want to make sure that I don't make any hard rules that are incorrect here. So hold on, Erica Mirabelli. I'm seeing why you're concerned or confused. I am a little bit too, so just bear with me for 1 second. You know what? In all the other listings, they are listing it just as 1 and not as 1 is the loneliest number. So I got to do a little more research, but I think summarily for now, we can assume this might be one where it could be a mistake. I'm not sure. My Googling is not extensive enough. So I will accept either 1 or 1 is the only loneliest number for the 3 Dog Night one because, yeah, the first things that came up suggested you were right with just 1. Yeah, I thought the trivia company had done their due diligence. Maybe they have, maybe they haven't. I don't know, but you've won me over. You've won me over with that concern. So yeah, we'll accept just 1 or 1 is the loneliest number. And somebody said, hey, Steve, to me. Hey guys. All right. And your tiebreaker, or sorry, your I'm jumping ahead. Your wager final trivia answer. Keep in mind, this one's got to be all the way correct. And if it is, then the wager will be a plus. And if it's off, it's a minus. Here is the answer. Athens 2004, Beijing 2008, London 2012, Rio de Janeiro 2016. If any of those are mismatched, then it's a minus whatever you bet. If any of those are, if all of them are correct, then it's a plus whatever you bet. It's got to be all the way correct to get those points. And before I check the chat, I see some people have some questions or concerns. Your tiebreaker, which you probably didn't get, 15,764. Once again, the closer you are, you can bump somebody down if you are up for those top spots. Cool. Before I switcheroo, just checking the chat. Come and Eileen, who is the singer? Dexy's Midnight Runners. Steve Jones got to it before I did. Oh, I love that band. Cool. All right, guys, it's that time. Your final step is that if you've completed marking your answers, you know what your first half plus your second half scores are. You've already emailed stuff into me as a chat. Great job. But your final step is using that Google Forms sheet in the link on the Facebook, you know, the Loons Facebook page, how the same link you would have got the template from to download. The other file is the Google Forms sheet. It asks very plainly in the 2 fields, one of the fields you put your email, the other you put your final score with your team name. Please fill both of those out accurately and completely. It's just, again, just your email and then team name and final score in the next field, and hit enter or submit at the bottom of it. And then it all updates real time right here. This should take less than 5 minutes. And then we can announce our winners. We'll just fact check the first place team right away, make sure everything's legit. And we'll find out our winners and who's getting a little Bose delivery or gift card delivery if you live really far away, like anywhere from Scarborough to Barrie, I imagine. Good luck to you guys. I'm going to unmute you again. And yeah, fill out that Google form. Again, if you're not sure where to find it, check the Loons Facebook page. It's in that post in the same link as the downloadable template. Good luck. It's 10:23 right now. By 10:28, I want to be checking the first place team to make sure that they are on the mark. Thank you for your patience. You guys are unmuted. Wait, nope, not yet. That's a lie. Now you're unmuted. Unmuted. Good job.
Let's go, Steve.
It's going great. How are you doing?
I have 2 talents, ukulele and my Steve Urkel voice.
Delia, you're slowly becoming my official sidekick for anything Loons trivia related.
Can I please? I've never been to Loons, but I'll be there the second that it opens.
You've never been to Loons? You got to go to Loons once everything's back in. Again, fully.
You're in spirit. As soon as it opens up,
Steve, we're from Dark Horse.
Dark Horse. Oh, and Dark Horse.
Dark Horse trivia.
Dark Horse has an also equally good trivia night on Wednesdays. We don't have an online trivia.
I'm sensing a bias here.
There's not a bias.
Where's our Wednesday night trivia?
Hey, when we come back, assuming that where the dust settles and businesses are looking good, then in theory we'll be back to the regular scheduled trivia for all three of the bars that I work at, which includes. Even though this is a Loons broadcast, I will say I also do trivia at Dark Horse and Hurricanes on different nights with different trivia. But this is a Loons trivia broadcast, and it's the only one that's got an online trivia community right now. So, fair is fair. Got one love. They're all good though. They're all fantastic. They're all good.
No, it's okay. I'll put on my best Daffy Duck voice until we get this shoot on the road, Matt.
All right, you guys are like. Thank you, Delia. You're fantastic.
Yeah.
Good to all my people.
I don't know. I've never heard Daffy Duck in my life. I'm just assuming.
Whatever duck voice you do, 3 minutes left, everyone. Finish sending in your final scores on that Google Form sheet. 3 minutes. I'm taking video offers.
You know what, though? I appreciate you sharing your spotlight with me, Steve. I really, that's nice. I just kind of budged in. I never asked. I was just like, this is mine now. So it was very nice.
Guys are talking a lot. How are you? Serious.
Nicola, you're not unmuted.
I mean, theoretically, I am.
No, Nicola, we can hear you.
Just like me. Intoxicated with the madness. I'm in love with my sadness. Bullshit fakers, enchanted kingdoms, and fashion victims to the chocolate tea. I never let out. I was on a sinking ship. I never let out that I was down. You fighting yourself. Oh, I can't ignore. You fighting yourself. Oh, I was in my shame. She's all I really need. Oh, yes, she's the one for me. She's my one and only.
All right, just a heads up, guys. It's now 10:28. Everyone should have their scores submitted via that Google Forms doc. It looks like they do. And I'm just checking those first place teams. We may or may not have a tie, which is interesting. And I will have an announcement about our winners in just a moment. Stay with me.
That's impressive. Hey, helmet guy! Grenade refraction! I know I'm sexy. I've got the look that drives a girl wild. I've got the move that really move 'em. I said chill up and down their spine. I'm just a sexy boy. I'm not your boy toy. I'm just a sexy boy. I'm not your boy toy. I make them hot. I make them shiver. Their knees get weak. Whenever I'm around, they see me walk. They hear me talk. I make them feel like they're on cloud nine. I'm just a sexy boy. I'm not your boy toy. I'm just a sexy boy. I'm not your boy toy. Get your heart out, girl. Hands off the merchandise. I think I'm cute. I know I'm sexy. I've got the look that drives a girl wild. I've got the move that really move 'em. I said chill up and down their spine. Just I'm not your boy toy. I'm just a sexy boy. I'm not your boy toy. I make them hot. I make them shiver. Their knees get weak. Whenever I'm around, they see me walk. They hear me talk. I make them feel like they're on cloud nine. I'm just a sexy boy. I'm not your boy toy. I'm just a sexy boy. I'm not your boy toy. Get your heart out, girl. Hands off the merchandise. I think I'm cute. I know I'm sexy. I've got the look that drives a girl wild. I've got the move that really move 'em. I said chill up and down their spine. I'm just a sexy boy. I'm not your boy toy. I'm just a sexy boy. I'm not your boy toy. I make them hot.
If you want my future, look at my past. If you wanna get with me, better make it fast. Now don't go wasted. My place is time. Get your act together, we could be just fine. I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. Don't tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I wanna really, really, really wanna zig. If you wanna be my lover, you gotta get with my friends. Make it last forever. Friendship. in the place who likes it in your face. You got G like MC, you likes it on an easy V, doesn't come for free. She's a real lady. And ask for days, how you'll save. Stop your body down and what it's all about. Stop your body down and what it's all about. If you wanna be my lover, you gotta get with my friends. Make it last forever. Friendship never ends. If you wanna be my lover, you have got to give. Taking is too easy, but that's the way it is. If you wanna be my lover, you gotta make it last forever. Stop your body down and what it's all about. Stop your body down and what it's all about. Stop your body down and what it's all about. Stop your body down and take a take down. If you wanna be my lover.
Music Premium. Explore your favorite albums, music videos, and more.
1 in 7 children does not have enough food to lead a healthy and active life.
Funky Town, guys, welcome back. You're muted for a second. Hold on. Oh, everyone's having a chat. Oh, this is good. And you're muted again. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for playing. Thank you for your patience. That was a bit of a tricky one because we had technically, based on the way people submitted their scores, a three-way tie at the top. But there was some little math things. One of the teams, it turned out they were actually a point lower. I found a discrepancy. And another team was half a point higher, where they only were docked half a point, and that nudged them into the winner's circle. So here is all of our teams that played tonight. First of all, give yourselves a big round of applause for playing trivia. You're unmuted again just for a second. Great job, everyone, for playing. Great job. Well done.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, boy.
And okay. Here's all the teams that did fantastically. but did not get in the top 3. And by default, I think all 3 of those teams that were right at the top that were tied, seemingly, all 3, they are the winners podium, the top 3 teams, but only one of them is going to end up on top here. So big round of applause. Actually, I guess I'll keep you guys unmuted for this part. Unmuted, just be aware that I'm announcing these teams, so don't make me mute you.
I too.
You're unmuted. All right. Big round of applause for Alfies. Great job, Alfies.
I think it's
good job, Team Istra. Team Istra making it work despite the technical issues. Good job. One team at a strong score, but they put no team name, so I didn't even bother checking for them. But good job, whoever you are, 63.5. Good job, Sadu. Good job, Sadu. Good job, Puzzles. You're up there. You're in the 60s, but not quite there. Good job, the Superstars, also up there in the 60s.
The Superstars.
Good job to the team that, like, maybe one of the best team names, has my heart tonight. U2W, aka therealstevehobbs.com, which is totally what I should have put as my website address. Good job, U2W. Good job, Team Quizantine. Just sounds like a magazine, like Quizantine Beat or something. I don't know. Good job, the Cool Beans. I do say that. No, excuse me.
Oh, Jesus.
Crook of the elbow. I nailed the crook of the elbow. It's
bless you, Steve.
I have springtime allergies. Clap for team the Cool Bean. I already said the Cool Beans. Clap for Stone Dogs. Good job, Stone Dogs. Clap for Baby Got Back. Pack. They put pack in brackets. Good job, COVID Ops. Very high score. Not quite there, but very close. Good job, Stone Dogs, though they wrote miscalculated. So I'm guessing maybe there's another Stone Dogs entrance there, but I don't see it. So I don't know. Stone Dogs, whoever you are. You didn't get in the top 3 anyway, but you did well, I think. I don't know. And Joey Triviani. I appreciate it. Joey Triviani, great job in the 60s.
Yay.
All right. So we had a 3-way tie, and this is how it shook out because of the discrepancies, which were surprising, but they were there. First of all, we had in 3rd place, we had a small miscalculation. Just checking against my facts here. So many things to keep up with. Okay, so the first miscalculation, they missed one of their missed points. They thought they got 68. They actually got 67. Big round of applause for 3rd place for Maggie's Fully Loaded. Great job, Maggie's Fully Loaded. Well done. I love it. And Maggie's Fully Loaded, if you're concerned about that add up, I'm happy to walk you through it. We can do it privately later, whatever. Or if you're not concerned, don't worry about it. You scored amazingly anyway, so don't worry about it. 2nd place goes to the Internal Cleansers, 68. Good job. Very high. That means you only got 2 wrong. I don't know how so many people managed to get that Matt Drudge from the Drudge Report. That one doesn't. Well done. And 1st place, they thought they lost 2 points, but in fact, I triple checked. They only lost 1.5 because they only lost half a point in the music round. Drum roll, Tomatoes, 68.5. Well done. Hat tipped, not hats off. There's too much happening under here. Guys, Tomatoes, I'll be emailing you probably tomorrow, but you guys are going to be getting a Bose delivery of some kind, or at the very least, a delivery of a gift card if you're outside the 10-kilometer range. I guess we'll find out which. Either which way, amazing job. And just switching back to the screen because I make these or contour these screens for a reason. Great job, and congrats to the winners, and thank you, everyone, for playing along. Oh, is it going? There we go. Thank you, everyone, for playing along.
Making it like top 5.
Hope you guys had a great time. Please stay isolated. See you all next time. I'm just stopping the share to do that in person. Thank you so much, guys. And if you're on YouTube playing along, it'll be a good time too. Either which way, happy to be here. My name's Steve Hobbs. Yeah, Scott, thank you. We were looking at your stomach for a second there. Cheers.
Thanks, Steve.
See you next time. Feel free to stick around in the chat if you want to. I'm not closing it right away, but I will be shortly after that. Buy some Bose the next time you're at Metro. See you guys.
You're the best.
Everybody.
Guys, I'm dying at the comments.
Yeah.
The scores are this high as a bar. It's a miracle. I'm just gonna keep saying all of the comments in a Kermit voice, so people better keep posting comments. Some serious correlation to these scores. Yeah, we need to block love. Soft soil. He's riding the bully. UFT. Down. I have a really great Kermit voice, I think, you guys. Steve doesn't appreciate my Kermit voice. I think I'm thinking pretty good.